Do you think there's any chance that it's John or Stipe?
No.
No chance. Zero.
No.
Okay. And what if they say to you, yeah, you know, maybe we don't love the Curtis idea. We want Ciryl.
Yep.
What do you say?
I'll take him out then.
But there's a part of you that, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't love the idea. Is it because you were chasing him and he dismissed you?
He's dismissed me on multiple occasions, and I'm not the first guy that he's dismissed. I'm not the first guy that he's ducked. It's out there for people to see. The reason that I got the Pavlovich fight was because Ciryl didn't want it, so he ducked Pavlovich. He then ducked Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades has been on record saying that.
That's not happening. I asked for him already in the past. He missed that bus. So if it's not Aspinall, we'll figure it out. I'm not gonna make no concrete decisions right now because I don't know what's going on. I haven't even looked at my phone all day. But if it's not Aspinall, we'll go from there. It ain't gonna be Gane though. That's a no.
I asked for him years ago. Didn't want it then. I then asked for him in Paris. They flew me over. We tried to make that fight. He didn't want it then. And we'll see what the UFC want to do.
Tell us about your next fight.
What's your next fight?
Yeah.
This is a great stuff. UFC suggests fight Cannonier. Is a nice fight. I love the idea to fight Cannonier, and it suggests that fight for June. But then 2 days ago, UFC come back and say, Paulo, you fight Strickland on June 4th. Let's go.
Great fight. It's a fun fight, you know, even funnier than Cannonier, I think.
He accepted the fight or what?
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Strickland say no. He doesn't want to fight me.
Strickland refused?
Strickland refused to fight me, unfortunately. That's what the UFC told me, you know. I just have this information from UFC. I think this fight would be great, you know. I would love to fight him.
I talked to Islam Makhachev a couple weeks ago. He said he wants to fight in June. In his perfect world, someone would turn around and from this card and probably fight him. But I know how seriously you take your preparation, your camps. Like even if this goes perfectly, you win this fight, minimal damage, knock him out like you did Poirier or something. Is it even reasonable to ask you to make a turnaround for June 1st?
I definitely have not thought about it, but ideally, I mean, they're calling this Oliveira-Sarukian fight a title eliminator. So the winner of that fight fights him in June or whenever he fights, and I fight the winner of that in preferably Madison Square Garden in November. Sounds like a perfect timeline for me. I'll definitely, have my time to rest, recover, and then retrain myself and get ready for that fight. That's perfect situation for me. We'll see if Oliveira shits the bed again, and I think if Sarukian wins, I think he takes it because again they're calling this the title eliminator, and so whoever wins is going to have to fight that fight.
Yeah, would you be annoyed at all if Dustin Poirier got the shot?
I'm sure I would be annoyed.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you appreciate the way that this sport works, I fought Fiziev, I knocked out the number 2 guy, and there's nobody left. Oliveira was supposed to fight him in October. I was supposed to fight the winner of that fight in February, but it did not work out like that. And so this is where we're at, and this is what I have to take care of.
Striking is your biggest weapon. That is no secret with your kickboxing background. You consider yourself a mixed martial artist as well. But Jamal Hill, he likes to stand and fight as well. It kind of ties into your strength in that sense. He throws a lot of volume. He's got some knockouts in the UFC. How do you rate him as a striker?
Eu acho assim, o mais perigoso dele é
Realistically speaking, I think the strongest point of his stand-up fighting is his power. Especially when we are speaking of 4-ounce gloves, you know what I mean? Realistically, if you grab a big dude, bro, a very strong guy, and put small gloves, he you know what I mean? He might swing even on a fighter, end up knocking a fighter out. When you put power in those little gloves combined, the big damages can be done. But when we talk about now putting the power aside, because we think that Jamal Hill's strongest part, it is the power that he have on his hands. But put that aside, level or stand up, Jamal is a little far from Alex level.
Do you have a prediction for the fight?
Tem alguma previsão para luta?
Uma previsão? Minha vitória. Não sei como.
Win, no matter, don't know how.